morning, May 20th. Thanks for joining us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Ferdman.
And I'm Stephanie Joseph. Dan is off today, but we have a full 2 hours to get through, so let's run down what we've got brewing for you.
All right, so coming up, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. We're teaming up with Rochester Regional to talk about some ways to ease stress and reduce anxiety.
Yeah, and then it's National Safe Boating Week, and with Memorial Day literally right around the corner, we are going to be discussing all the necessary safety requirements you need to know before making some waves.
Yeah, then the Wildlife Rockstars will be here in studio with us this morning. Today they're bringing along not only one of their exotic friends, but also a very special guest to help them announce a brand new campaign. We're going to talk about that coming up soon.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that. But before all of that, we want to get a check of some of our top headlines in our Tuesday morning news break.
Breaking overnight, one person is dead after a crash in the town of Riga. This was the scene just after 11 last night on Chilai-Riga Center Road near Palmer Road. Our photojournalist capturing these images, you can see a car on its roof. At the scene, deputies say the victim, a man, was taken to the hospital where he later died. As of this morning, his identity has not been released.
A Rochester woman is facing charges after a stabbing on the west side. Officers responded to the area of Lyle and Saratoga Avenues around 2:30 yesterday afternoon, where they learned the victim, a 32-year-old woman, was already on the way to the hospital in a private vehicle. Police tell us she's being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect, a 27-year-old woman, was taken into custody a short time later in the area of Lyle and Sherman Street. Investigators believe the stabbing happened during a fight between the two women.
We have learned the names of the two men shot and killed in the city's Lyle Otis neighborhood last week. Police say 55-year-old Michael Franklin and 58-year-old Eric Stevens were found dead on a porch on Wolf Street last Thursday. Investigators say Stevens lived at that home while Franklin lived in the neighborhood. No arrests have been made in connection to these deaths. Those with information are asked to call 911 or the Crime Stoppers hotline. That number is posted on your screen, 423-9300.
The Wyoming County Sheriff's Arson Department is investigating a massive 4-alarm fire at the former Pike roller rink. 20 fire departments from 5 counties spent nearly 9 hours at the building on Route 39. Officials say the facility, which has been closed for more than a decade, take a look here, is a total loss. Jeff Flint, a former owner during the early 2000s, said the news made him emotional as he remembered the good memories from the rink. Crews were called to that area the night before for a brush fire in front of the building. The Pike Fire Chief says that was quickly put out. The Wyoming County Sheriff's Office says an update on the fire's cause will be released later this week.
Happening today, neighbors across New York will head to the polls, voting on the future of their community's education. Today, nearly every district will hold votes for the 2025-26 school budgets and boards of education. Many of the financial plans include expanding services like purchasing new school buses to comply with state mandates or opening up capital reserves for future purchases.
Lollipop Farm is looking to help get your furry friends vaccinated. Today, Lollipop will provide free vaccinations to cats and dogs. The event is first come, first served and runs from 10 to 2 or until supplies last at the Greater Harvest Church on Driving Park Avenue.
All right, for all of these top stories and new developments, you can always find them on 13wham.com.
All right, we'll switch gears now and get a check of the forecast because we're definitely coming off of that overnight frost advisory. It's also cooler out there for us, but we've got some sunshine to look forward to. With all the good news, meteorologist Mark McLean is here with more.
Yeah, we kind of lucked out last night. We had a little bit of cloud cover move in during the overnight, and that actually helps keep the temperature up just a little bit. But that cloud cover has since eroded away, and that's giving us some sunshine. So this is a pretty nice looking start to our Tuesday. We'll keep that hazy sun around for the afternoon and evening, and then late tonight, notice how the clouds start to spill back in. I think tomorrow morning, if you're an early commuter, you're going to be okay. But, you know, if you catch that commute 7, 8, 9 o'clock, you're probably into showers at that point. And some of that steady light rain even continues into the afternoon and evening. It's going to be kind of a rainy outlook for the next few days that will take us into Memorial Day weekend, too, for Saturday and Sunday, with that chance for rain finally starting to fall back at that point. And, you know, here's the other half of the story. The trend is down for temperature. The last couple of days have been in the 50s. Today will also be in the 50s, and you see on the hour-by-hour forecast that will make it into the mid-50s with some of those showers coming back into play for tomorrow. So we're gonna check out how much rain could fall. We're going to take a look at that extended forecast towards Memorial Day coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Mark, thank you.
All right, so let's go off the top now and start with some stories that have piqued our interest this morning. So I'll be starting things off today. So we're going to go over to Delaware, where a shelter is filled with thousands of baby chicks. That's right, thousands. And they are currently trying to find homes for them. And there are still many questions, though, about why they actually ended up there. So let's start with what we do know at this point. 12,000 chicks, 12,000 were left abandoned in a truck at a mail distribution center. They were left in that postal service truck for 3 days. Now, it was warm, no food, no water. Thousands of the chicks had ended up dying. It's not clear exactly what that number is, but thousands is the estimation. The reason the chicks were even at the mail center was to be sent to clients of Freedom Ranger Hatchery in Pennsylvania, so a couple states over. So why not just take them back? Well, the hatchery says that it can't be done due to biosecurity concerns. A spokesperson also said if USPS actually delivered the chicks because the customers would have had the tools needed to care for the chicks in their condition, maybe they would have been fine, maybe a different outcome. But the USPS is investigating right now. So where are those chicks right now? As we said at the top, they are at a nonprofit shelter equipped to take care of them, and they are trying to get people to adopt those chicks. Now, so far, a few hundred have been claimed, and an estimated 2,000 are still available. And something to make clear about the numbers when it comes to these chicks is there was so many that there's no way for that shelter to even count them.
Sure.
So the 2,000 is maybe how much they have left over. So the state's Department of Agriculture, they usually help the shelter with funds, but the executive director claims that they had no funds for these chicks from the department. So to maintain the chickens, it would usually be like $5 for each per day.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot. So imagine caring for thousands at that much. And you have to have brooders to keep the chicks, of course, the feed and water. I was looking it up, and it kind of seemed like it's very inviting in terms of starting your own brooders.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but there's a lot that goes into it.
We talked about that a little bit, not to interrupt you here.
No, yeah.
But when we were talking about egg prices, remember we had the folks from Country Max on to talk about, whether it was a good idea or not to have people, invest in baby chicks, I should say. And, the people that were from Country Max basically said it's much more of a commitment than you're realizing. This isn't just something where you can buy a couple and, maybe raise them in your backyard. It's like they require a lot of care and attention, just like a dog or a cat or any other pet.
Yeah, that is for sure. So for now, the Agriculture Department may consider going after the post office to maybe help with these or recoupment. But again, there are multiple questions that are still unanswered. Much of them will hopefully be answered by the time the investigation is complete. No word yet on a timeline for that. But I'm wondering, who do you think should actually foot the bill for this?
I still have so many questions.
I know.
I want to know why they were left there. Mm-hmm. It didn't say, like...
It didn't. It just
said... Okay,
yeah.
Post office was supposed to deliver them, and they just stayed in the truck for 3 days. Was it like a long weekend? Was it...
Not many details.
Yeah, see, I have a lot of questions. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's so incredibly sad. Like I just said, consider them like any other dog, cat, any animal, doesn't deserve that kind of treatment. But yeah, a lot of questions. I would imagine that the USPS would be responsible for that, right?
Yeah.
But then again, I'm no expert here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that investigation once it comes out.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Very interesting, for sure. All right, we got to move on to my story. Maybe you've seen this latest viral trend on social media. They're called candy grapes. People are coating grapes, actual pieces of fruit, in melted Jolly Ranchers to make a sweet snack. Sounds good. Seems fun and simple, maybe even something you'd like to try with your friends or perhaps your kids. However, doctors are warning this could lead to serious long-term injuries. Hear me out here. A mom from Pittsburgh is speaking out after her 9-year-old ended up in the hospital with severe burns after trying this recipe. So according to reports, she wanted to give it a go when she saw the recipe online. It seems simple. All you have to do is microwave a bowl of Jolly Ranchers until they melt. They tried it together, but her son spilled the bowl of melted candy and badly burned his hand. She says she heard him scream and then tried to pull the hardening candy off of his skin with her own bare hands. She admits she had no idea what to do and she was unsure if she was helping or actually just making this worse. Thankfully, the doctors say her quick thinking prevented more damage, I should say, from happening to her son. The hospital's burn unit said the candy could reach 350 degrees when melted, which is hotter than boiling water, it sticks to the skin, causing those deep, fast burns. A second-degree burn typically occurs from temperatures above 110 degrees Fahrenheit. He ended up walking away with some second-degree burns and spent weeks in rehab trying to gain full use of his hand again. His progress has apparently been slow and extremely painful, and his mom says she feels overwhelmed with guilt. It was supposed to be just a fun memory, something fun for them to experiment in the kitchen, and instead turned into a medical emergency. Here's the thing, this family, not the only ones. It's not an isolated incident. Doctors say 4 people, including 2 kids, have come in with these significant burns from the trend. Hospitals across the country, including Boston, are issuing similar warnings. Burn specialists say the videos might look harmless, but the temperatures involved are extremely dangerous. If you or someone you know does happen to get burned, doctors are saying don't use ice. That was a little fun fact for me this morning that I learned. You would think that that would help, but it actually makes things worse. Instead, you need to run the burn under some lukewarm water. This can help cool the skin without causing any additional damage. Also, another little tip, if you see the skin blistering, this is already considered a second-degree burn. And even if it doesn't hurt that much, you can't assume that you're in the clear. Doctors say some of the worst burns can damage nerves and lead to long-term loss of feeling. This is just one of the latest TikTok trends that have raised some red flags with health experts. You might remember there was the NyQuil chicken challenge. People were cooking their meat in cold medicine, which I feel like is self-explanatory. Like I shouldn't have to tell you, but that does lead to toxic fumes filling your kitchen. There was also the Benadryl challenge. Maybe you remember this one. And stupid, teens taking excessive doses of cold medicine to try and hallucinate, which, like, again, I shouldn't have to say this out loud, but that's really stupid and dangerous. And not just dangerous, it was actually deadly. Then there was the milk crate challenge that happened not too long ago. People tried to climb those towers of plastic crates, which led to broken bones, concussions, and a lot of embarrassment. We talk a lot about trends here on ARC Rochester. We even try some of them out. But let's just talk for a second about safety. If you see something trending online that involves heat, chemicals, or anything remotely questionable, hit pause on the video, look at it a little further, and evaluate whether or not it's actually a good idea. Especially important if there are kids involved. But still, when it comes down to it, so important to pause for a second before trying those trends. I am in no way, shape, or form blaming the mother of the child here. The kid was having parental supervision. It was an accident. Accidents happen. However, definitely a learning lesson for everybody out there, and a reminder that just because you see it on social media, that doesn't mean it's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember as far back as the cinnamon challenge that everyone was doing.
I was just talking about the cinnamon challenge the other day. Some people didn't know what I was talking about, but what was it, a tablespoon of cinnamon that you had to swallow? That one was...
It was rough to see some of the fails. And there are some warnings now. I think there was like a TikTok video the other day that said like, oh, this is performed by professionals, for example. So there are some warnings out there, but even so, it may look very fun, may look very easy depending on who is doing said challenge, but just proceed with caution. Don't try it. There are a lot of things that you don't need to try.
And, one of the other ones, I didn't include it in here because I thought, we talk about this one a lot, but the Tide Pod challenge.
Oh my goodness.
Another stupid one. Like, it's common sense, people. For those things, like I said, accidents happen with this TikTok trend.
Of course.
But, use your head and, listen to the professionals. All right, time right now is 8:14. We still have a lot to come this morning on ARC Rochester. When we come back, Steph, what are we doing?
We're checking in with Chris Lopez, who's getting extra bossy this morning.
Don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel and on foxrochester.com. ARC Rochester is back on the other side of the break.
The month of May is dedicated to honoring small businesses, and Rochester has plenty to choose from.
Yeah, one local business has been making great sauce for decades. Sweet, tangy, spicy, you name it, they make it. Chris Lopez is live at Boss Sauce HQ this morning, learning all about the different types and how it's all made. Chris, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Abby? Yes, here with Eddie Harris and Steve from M&T Bank. We are going to be trying the jerk sauce in this, but I want to start out with you, Steve. We have, T-minus 45 minutes.
Yes.
You guys are going to be talking to Eddie here about how he got his start and what's that been like. But you've known him for, what, 7, 8 years?
Yes.
What's it been like knowing him?
Well, Eddie's been a phenomenal customer of ours for over 20 years now. We've watched him grow. He started in a recipe at home, expanded into this facility, and as we were just talking about, his automation here is phenomenal, and he's been just really growing at a rapid pace.
And talking to him, you've been talking to him a little bit this morning. You've known him for the 7 years. What's he like when you're not giving loans out to him or giving him financial advice?
Eddie is probably one of the most humble, down-to-earth individuals you'll probably ever meet. Takes pride in what he does. He believes strongly in the product and the business that he has, but he's just an all-around, just really, really good guy.
And this facility, you're walking in here. Have you ever been in this facility before?
I have.
What's it like to see all of this come together, this product? Because you're putting, you said on a good day, 12,000 bottles gets made here on a good day. How does that make you feel when you come in here?
It's phenomenal. My first time out here was really a lot of manual production. This automation that you see behind us now is something that wasn't here back then. So it's been a growth pattern.
And I want to go back to that, parlay off of that point there. When you first started this, you were bottling by hand.
Yes.
What was that like? And did it deter you from going any further in making Boss Sauce?
Not at all, because we still sold the product, even though we could make it, and then there it was. And we just, everyone, or by hand. Yeah.
When did you start to move to automation?
Actually, it's been about 10 years ago. Yeah, about 10 years ago, yeah.
And then I talked to your sister. She said, you told me she's your toughest critic when it comes to trying these sauces here. Yeah. She says she's your toughest critic when it comes to trying the sauces. Right. What's it like dealing with her day to day? Because she says she's here 5 days a week, making sure you're straight.
Well, she's actually quiet. She doesn't really bother me that much. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
She's a good sister.
And then when she tries the sauces, what's her initial reaction like?
I'm so used to it. She loves it. She loves all of them, yeah.
No critique. Is she your toughest critic?
She's my toughest critic.
Yeah?
Yep. 2 sisters, let me tell the truth. There's 2 sisters that are really tough.
2 sisters.
Yes.
Okay. And then when you try your sauce, what's it like? When you're going through, you came up with the idea for the sauce. You laid it out. I'm sure you wrote it down on paper, the ingredients. When you first try the sauce, what goes through your head?
It's the same. 40 years, same product. You know, I taste every batch. So nothing gets by without me tasting it. So it's the same.
And you've been here for 40 years. You've stayed here. You could have left. Why did you choose to stay here? I talked to some of the workers that you have here. They're also from Rochester, which I think is awesome. You're hiring people, friends of family, family members. Why do you choose to do that?
Well, Rochester is my home. I'm born and raised here. And you sort of want to give back. And in this inner city, you know, you create jobs, but not only jobs here, and all the work that has to be done here is done by inner city. You know, plumbers, roofers, all that comes together here.
And you were telling me Rochester has really backed you, the members from Rochester.
Oh, yeah.
You were saying plumbers, electricians, they come in here to help when stuff is broken down.
Exactly.
What's that support like? How does that make you feel, the support of the Rochester community really coming in, all hands on deck with you?
I love it. You know, I know they have my back. All I got to do is make a phone call. They're here in minutes if I want them. They really, really work out. Rochester's great.
We're going to be trying the jerk sauce right now. Yeah. What am I going to be tasting? What's going to hit me? What's going to punch me?
I'm going to let you do that. You
okay, all right. I'm going to punch myself then. Okay, try this. Chicken nugget, go in the jerk sauce. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm getting tangy to start out. Then there's a tad bit of sweetness in there. What are you getting?
I'd say the exact same thing. I've had it so many times now that it's not surprising at all. But I would just also put a little commercial in. I recommend anybody who hasn't tried it to try it. Sold at Wegmans, Tops Friendly Market, on Amazon. but it's something everybody should try. It's outstanding.
What's your favorite thing to try it on?
The blue cheese. Oh, try it on?
Yeah, to try it on.
I just said to Eddie earlier, I really like it on macaroni salad, to be honest with you. But I also like it on chicken.
Your sister, and I was talking to another worker back there, he said that it was everything, but your sister said potato chips, literally potato chips, dip it in a potato chip, eat it like that. You could put it on bread. Was that the intent, or did you want it on chicken, only just meat?
Just meat.
Just meat, but it graduated.
Today, boss sauce on everything.
Boss sauce on everything. Boss sauce everywhere. Wegmans, Tops, different deli markets, you name it. We got Uno Mas, one more hit here on ARC Rochester. We're going to be trying one more. I want to try the hot one. I'm going to send it back to you in studio, Abby.
I don't know. You don't do so well with hot stuff, Chris. I think
challenge.
you might regret that a little bit.
All right.
I love it.
All right, when we come back, we've got weather trivia with Mark.
Yeah. We're back after this.
Welcome back. Mark is here with a look at today's temperatures and weather trivia. We have a new intern here.
Yes.
And she goes, "What's weather trivia?" And we're like, "Well, it's when Mark has the opportunity to make all of us feel really dumb."
Oh,
and he gets to show off his big old brain.
Well, to be fair, I mean, we have all these records, like back in weather, that we can look up, and it's not like I know all this stuff off the top of my head.
Okay.
Here. Well, we were talking about frost, right? The potential for it this morning. Most areas did miss out on it, which was the nice part. You don't want to see that this time of the year. So we did have a frost advisory this morning, but we did not set a record low temperature for today. How cold do you think the record low temperature is for May 20th?
Okay.
And the choices are 34 in 1956, 26 in 1966, 30 in 2000, or 38 in 1955.
Okay.
I think I forgot to post this to Facebook today.
Okay. Well, that's all right. We'll get there.
Yeah. I'll do that right after.
Was this okay? Never mind. I think I've got a good guess.
Yeah.
But this was not the record low for May. This was the record low for May 20th.
For May 20th.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good then. Steph?
I don't know about this. I feel like you might have been talking about this at some point, so I should know.
He does that a lot. He just likes to yap.
I do need to find a filter. Yeah.
It's all in good fun. No, it's fun.
It's all right. It's all right. Let's talk about a warm up. How about let's warm this forecast up a
Sure.
little bit. Low temperature this morning. Hey, we did get a little frost out towards Medina, out towards Warsaw. Those temperatures. Anytime you get to 36 or lower, you get dry deposition. So that's when the water vapor in the air goes directly from a gas to a solid on objects like your windshield. It skips the liquid phase. Isn't that pretty cool?
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a latent heat process in weather, and the gas to a solid, or we just say Jack Frost did his thing, right? 40 in Ontario, 40 in Rochester. So we didn't get the frost in the city, but we're bouncing back now. Mid 40s in the city, mid 40s for Clifton Springs. The question is, can we warm it up for Memorial Day weekend? And unfortunately, this next storm system that's coming in, it's just going to keep it chilly right through the weekend. It looks like we're in the 50s on Saturday, maybe 60s on Sunday, and possibly back to the mid and upper 60s towards Memorial Day. So what I'm trying to say to you is today's the day to mow the lawn, right? 45, some sunshine, northeast wind at 13, dew points at 33, so the air is nice and dry. The live view, we're in good shape. No rain out there, no rain to be had. Back to the southwest, that changes. That's the next storm system that's kind of spinning away right there. If that looks familiar, it is. The last 2 weeks, we've had a similar storm system in different parts of the country that all kind of ended up towards the northeast, and this one has ideas in that direction. There's some of that rain starting to move into western New York late tomorrow morning and into the afternoon, and it looks like some of that rain sticks around even into Thursday, so we're going to have to keep that in the forecast probably through the end of the week. But high clouds by late this afternoon, 57. Tonight we'll drop back to the mid-40s, and the extended forecast, we're going to keep that chance for rain in there. The cloud cover and the rain will obviously have an impact on the high temperature, but by Memorial Day, it looks like this system starts to move out. So we're hoping the timing stays.
It's just such a bummer when you see the normal high of 71, and then you look at the high for the next 5 days.
There's none in sight.
Yeah.
And then you were out Friday last week, and it was 81 degrees, and I mean, give me some more of that, right?
Right,
At this time of the year, everybody's kind of ready to go.
And I can think about Memorial Days growing up in Buffalo. You know, there were years where it was so hot.
You're in the swimming pool.
So hot. Yeah, absolutely. I was in the marching band, so I had to be in the parade. And, you know, those
That's
uniforms
hot.
were hot.
Ooh.
Yeah, super hot. And then, you know, there were other years where it was really, really cold, too.
And it could be a washout. It could be in the 40s or 50s, and I think some of the records are in the 90s. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you could go all the way up there, which is a little too hot for the barbecue, if you ask me. But you know, hopefully that trend continues into the weekend, and we start to dry it out early next week.
Yeah, that's
fingers
good.
crossed.
Yep. And 30 days,
30 days.
until summer.
Oh my gosh.
Take it.
Remember when we hit, what was it, 90?
We were asking.
Yeah.
Remember? Ashley had to look it up. I think it was 92 when we started, wasn't it?
You're right.
It was up there, yeah. Yep.
Soon, very, very soon.
Yeah.
I know.
All right. Good stuff, Mark.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. We still have a lot to get to coming up this morning on Arc Rochester.
We're back on the other side of the break. Welcome back to ARC Rochester. We begin a new series this morning with Rochester Regional Health for Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah, throughout the end of the month, we'll be highlighting some tools, resources, and local services to help support your mental well-being. This morning, we're joined by Heather Yasik, a senior clinician at the Genesee Mental Health Center, to discuss some techniques for reducing stress and anxiety. Thanks so much for being here today.
Happy to be here.
Let's get right into it. First, I guess, let's talk about the significance of having stress and anxiety and what that can do to a person.
Yeah, so stress and anxiety affect so many people, and it can be really life debilitating if a person doesn't have like skills and resources to be able to manage it. It can affect relationships, it can affect work performance, and it can affect quality of life. So being able to have skills to manage it is really important.
And sometimes it comes with, some heavy emotions, for example. Some people may not know how to approach those. So what would be a first step for someone who's maybe starting to experience those feelings for the first time?
Yeah, so when someone is experiencing anxiety for the first time, it can be really overwhelming. They can interpret the physical sensations like rapid heartbeat and, respiration increasing. They can interpret that as a threat, and then it becomes an even bigger threat because we're kind of escalating our own internal physiology. So a really important first step is just practicing mindfulness. So if you're experiencing, let's say, heart racing or trembling or, racing thoughts, it can be really helpful to just practice, getting curious about the sensations and not labeling it as a threat or as something bad right out of the gate.
I think for so many people, this idea of acknowledging that you're feeling anxious or stressed is
easier said than done.
Easier said than done, absolutely. I think a lot of people are like, I just need to toughen up. I just need to, focus and not let my emotions take over here. What would you say to those people?
Yeah, so I was a 90s kid, so I grew up with the mind over matter kind of mentality. And I think the research and, the movement in the field of mental health is really looking more at mind inside matter. So rather than thinking, I need to think my way out of this, are there ways that I can incorporate movement or work with these sensations that support me in kind of, reaching my long-term goals and staying present throughout whatever the difficult experience is.
And that kind of leads into my next question. With movement specifically, what do you sort of recommend, or how does it really support getting at anxiety?
Yeah, so when we're anxious, we are flooded with a lot of, physical sensations that can be really difficult and, uncomfortable. And I'd love to teach you a quick skill, if I may.
Yeah.
It's called lift, shift, drift. And it's as simple as this. It's so subtle, it almost doesn't even feel like movement. So it involves lifting up through your spine, so elongating your spine, shifting your focus from short, quick inhales to long, slow exhales. That's essentially turning on your body's relaxation response. And then drift has to do with your face. So imagine you're on vacation and you're drifting down a lazy river. What face would you be making? Yeah, one of contentment, one of joy, one of peacefulness. So doing those three things, lifting your spine, shifting your focus to the exhale, and then having this calm expression on your face has all been shown to really improve our mood, our energy, and our sense of self-confidence.
Wow. Do you feel calmer, Steph?
Yeah, that's what I would say, yeah.
I love it.
Lift, shift, and drift.
That is, and it's catchy too, so people will remember it. I want to talk about some of the services provided at the Genesee Mental Health Center and some of the ways people can get in touch with you.
Yeah, so the best way to get in touch is through our website, the Rochester Regional Health website. And my program in particular offers group therapy. So something that sets us apart from, I think, a lot of other mental health providers in the community is that we tend to be it's not exclusive, but we tend to be very vocationally focused. So our folks come in, they'll take maybe a stress management group, a depression management group, a body-based coping skills group. There's some social interaction that happens there. And the focus oftentimes is to kind of rehabilitate so that they can re-enter the workforce. But all of Rochester Regional's offerings can be found through the website.
And for anyone who may be at home, oftentimes when we're at different ages, there are different anxieties that develop. It sort of evolves, really. What would you sort of recommend to them if they're looking to take the next step to sort of approaching those feelings?
Yeah, so I mean, a great kind of first line of access is always a primary care physician. So whether you're an adult or you're working with kids, that's always a really great resource and a first kind of point of contact.
Very good. Heather, thank you so much for coming in today. We really appreciate it. We appreciate the insight. We appreciate that little technique too.
Lift, shift, and drift.
Lift, shift, and drift. And we'll put all of the resources that you may need over on our website, foxrochester.com, as well as the Rochester Regional Health website and the little techniques that we learned as well.
I know. All right, stick around. We have so much more to get to here on our Rochester, including when we come back, we're checking back in with Chris Lopez, who's getting saucy this morning.
And as always, don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and over on foxrochester.com. Stick around. We're back on the other side of the commercial break. On this Tuesday morning. Welcome back. The month of May is Small Business Month, and Rochester obviously has so many amazing small businesses to explore.
Yeah, and one of those small businesses has been thriving for decades, and they're known for being the boss of all sauces. So, of course, our Chris Lopez is live at Boss Sauce HQ this morning, tasting some sauces. Chris, what you got on deck?
Hey, what's up, Steph and Abby? Yes, we're going to be trying the hot one this morning. I'm very excited for this one. Out of all of them, I like the spice. I'm with the creator here of Boss Sauce. This is Eddie, and then Steve from M&T Bank. We are both going to be holding you to it, trying the hot sauce here. Big event coming up. T-minus now, 30 minutes. Are you going to be interviewing him? You're going to be taking my spot, asking Eddie questions?
Well, there's going to be 5 of us up there.
Okay.
In fact, Thea's going to be the MC, and then there's going to be the 4 of us, Eddie and my colleagues from M&T up there talking about the history and the story of Boss Sauce.
And why did you guys come across Boss Sauce, or choose Boss Sauce rather? So many different small businesses in Rochester, but you guys stuck with Eddie here.
Well, you're right. There were a lot of choices to pick, but Eddie's been a client of ours for over 20 years. We've been working with him and watching him grow and expand, as you can see in the shop around us here.
Yes.
The automation, and it just seemed like a perfect fit for us to celebrate Small Business Month with Eddie here.
And what's that relationship been like over the years? You said he's been a client of your guys' at M&T for how long?
A little over 20 years.
20 years. You've known him for 7. Mm-hmm. What's that relationship been like, even with people that you know that work with him?
Well, at M&T, we're continually having multiple touch points for our small business owners. But Joe Wilson, who's here today, will be up with us on the panel a little later today, has been working with Eddie for all 20 plus years.
Okay.
So that connectivity has been there from the beginning.
And working with the bank, what's it like, that relationship there?
Great. I couldn't ask for anything better. They're always, if I call, they return my calls, they come see me, they check on me. Who does that?
This is a big day for you. Is a little bit of your family is coming through, friends and family coming through. I see them saying hi to you.
Yes.
What's it like? All the spotlight is on you today. What's that like? You get nervous at all for any of this?
In the beginning, I'm getting used to it. It's good though. It's real good. You know, I enjoy it.
You're treating it like a presentation. You told me you're batting 1,000 when it comes to those presentations.
Yes.
And when I say presentations, I mean when you go to these different places, markets, delis, things like that, you present this sauce to them in a way that sells it.
Right.
What's maybe not the secret, but what kind of confidence? What do you go in with? What's the mindset when you go into these presentations?
If I can get them to try it, and then that's 90% of it, the taste. And once they get that taste, they want it.
And take me through your first ever. It wasn't Wegmans was the first ever. You said it was a deli, I believe?
Meat market.
Yeah, it was a meat market.
Yes.
And take me through that day when you were going through. This is your first ever presentation. This is your baby here. It's the sauce you worked very hard on. And you're taking it to someone to see if they like it. That's got to be a little bit nerve-wracking because at the end of the day, they could tell you, no, this thing sucks.
Okay. Well, we did a demonstration where we had chicken, we had ribs, and we had a tossed salad and mac salad. And I said, if it doesn't sell, I'll take it back.
Okay.
And so we did the demo, and it's the people who really created the sales because they were coming back 2 and 3 times for the food. They wanted more food, and they want to find out when they want to buy it and stuff like that. And so they took it in. It was the people's taste.
And what's the weirdest thing you've ever heard someone try the sauce with? Because potato chip is the weirdest thing I've ever heard for this sauce here. But has anyone come up to you and said, hey, I tried this on M&Ms, I tried this on Skittles, I tried this on cantaloupe?
It's funny you say M&Ms because that's what I tried. Not me, but I've heard that before. They
On
tried that
M&Ms,
yeah, college.
sweet and savory.
Yep, M&Ms.
I got to try that. I wish we had some M&Ms here, but I want to try this here on the chicken. This is the hot sauce here. I'm excited. Cheers, Steve.
Cheers.
I like that. The heat is at the end.
Yep.
I think the heat's not in the beginning at all. It doesn't carry throughout. It's subtle and then it kind of picks up.
Yep.
Is that what you taste too?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And then anyone who has not tried the sauce before, I was one of them before I walked in here. What's your pitch to those who have never tried the sauce, maybe a little bit reluctant? They see it at the different Wegmans throughout the nation here, or at least this side, the regional part. What's your pitch to them? Why should they try the sauce?
It's great. It's nutritional. And,
No cholesterol.
No cholesterol. Has a nice shelf life. And it's just great. Everybody likes it. It'd be good for them to add with their best recipe.
And Steve, where can people find this sauce at?
It's sold at Wegmans, Tops Friendly Market, and just within the last year, it's now available on Amazon.
And then how can people tune in to listen to Eddie tell his story?
Well, actually, our telecast is going to be internal, so it's not actually
All M&T Bank. Okay.
And it's going to be broadcast across our footprint to 22,000 employees.
Okay. I love it. And then you can find out more about Boss Sauce, where you can find it on Fox Rochester as well. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio. The hot had to have been my favorite. Okay. I love hot sauce. Right. Yeah. Thank you so much for hosting us this morning. Oh, yeah. Back to you in studio.
So proud of you, Chris,
Yeah.
for stepping out of your comfort zone. Good stuff, sir. Thank you.
Hey, stick around when we come back. It's this morning's Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, we're back after this.
Well, as the school year comes to an end, summer programs are kicking into high gear, and local police departments are looking to help keep teens busy throughout the season.
For this week's Crime Stoppers segment, we're highlighting Arundecoit's Teen Police Academy. We're joined now by Officer Jonathan Lawton to talk all about it. Thank you for being here, sir. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for having me.
This is a really neat program. It's free, and a lot of kids get the opportunity to take part in it, yes?
Yes, exactly. It's a free program to any student going into the 9th grade and even the graduating seniors. We want to keep them interested in a possible career in law enforcement. We certainly expand the options, not just the Arundecoit Police Department. We partner with the FBI, the ATF, Border Patrol, Coast Guard, just to give them a full experience of all the opportunities involved in law enforcement.
And do you happen to know what a typical day would look like?
Yep, so we start out, we go from 8 o'clock in the morning until 4 p.m., so the regular, a full 8-hour day. And we start off with a little physical fitness, because who doesn't like to, wake yourself up at 8 o'clock in the morning and get the blood flowing? So we start that, and we go right into some of the lessons with our partners. The FBI will be coming in doing internet safety, talking about how important it is to kind of minimize your digital fingerprint with your social media accounts. We usually like to end our week with a kind of, we culminate everything with a crime scene, and we have our attendees go along with our technicians and go through a crime scene, collecting evidence, taking fingerprints.
Wow.
And how long does this last?
It's 1 week. It's the last week in July, so July 29th, I believe, all the way through August 1st. And the nice thing about it is we do provide clothing. We do provide food, so we feed for lunch through our partnerships with the wonderful businesses in town. It's a great program. It's fun. We revised it approximately 3 years ago, and it just keeps on gaining more and more speed.
Absolutely.
And can you talk to the importance of reaching potential new officers early on?
That's the hard thing with law enforcement, is that you have to be 20 years old by the time you get hired, and then 21 by the time you graduate the police academy. So there's that break in time when we're trying to keep young individuals that are interested in that still interested, as opposed to them finding another career field that they're looking at. So this is another way that we can do that, keep them interested, show them all the avenues out there, and even encourage them to, if they go into college and decide that right after high school, what courses they can take, or even what interests that can help them out.
And I imagine this would kind of keep kids maybe out of trouble a little bit. We know during the summer months, if they don't have anywhere to go, if they don't have anything to do, anything can happen. I feel like this gives them a little bit of structure, right?
Yes, very true. If you can take away that time where, the idle hands are, then, the trouble won't happen.
Yes. Very good point.
Yeah, and you've talked about the growth previously of this program. Tell us a little bit about some of the changes over time and how it's sort of made the program better.
Before we were strictly in one area. It was more center focused to what we could offer as the Arundecoit Police Department, and just kind of gave the kids a little bit of an experience, but now you're getting a full-on experience, even to the extent that the attendees have a chance to go on our shooting range and safely shoot our firearms and go over firearm safety with that, which is another tool that we carry, and it's certainly important safety aspect.
And what kind of feedback have you had from previous students?
Phenomenal. We've had multiple students even come back and apply for a next session. We've certainly, I think every year we've had a repeat attendee, just because of how much fun they had and how much they experienced. They never realized all the different avenues of law enforcement. They were thinking it was just, the local police departments and the state police department.
Right.
And one more time, for anyone at home who is sold right now and they want to be a part of this, what can they do to sign up?
So they can contact me at the police department. It'll be jlawton@irondequoit.gov. You can email me. I will email you back with the application. The application process is coming to a close in approximately a little over 2 weeks. So that first week in June is the close off, and then we make our selections, and we'll have a meet and greet meeting and getting ready for that academy.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming in today. We really, really appreciate it. And as always, all the information will go over on foxrochester.com for you and your student.
Hey, stay with us. We've got so much more to come here on Arc Rochester.
We're back after this. Much more to come this morning on Arc Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour, including a look at some stories that have people talking today, including the exclusive spa service that might give you some nightmares.
Looking forward to that one, I think. And then it's this morning's reporter recap. Our own Christian Garzone will join us to break down a growing issue facing families with loved ones buried at Rochester's Holy Sepulchre Cemetery.
Yeah, stick around. We're back right after this. 20th. Another hour to go here on Arc Rochester, but thank you for joining us. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Stephanie Joseph. Meteorologist Mark McLean is also here. He will be giving us a check of the forecast coming up in just a second, but we first want to get a check of some of our top headlines in our news break.
All right, so we're following breaking overnight news. One person is dead after a crash in the town of Riga. This was the scene just after 11 o'clock last night on Chilai-Riga Center Road near Palmer Road. Our photojournalist captured images of a car on its roof at the scene. Deputies say the victim was taken to the hospital where he later died. As of this morning, his identity has not been released.
A Rochester woman is facing charges after a stabbing on the west side. Officers responded to the area of Lyle and Saratoga Avenues around 2:30 yesterday afternoon, where they learned the victim, a 32-year-old woman, was already on the way to the hospital in a private vehicle. Police tell us she's being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect, a 27-year-old woman, was taken into custody a short time later in the area of Lyle and Sherman Street. Investigators believe the stabbing happened during a fight between the two women.
We have learned the names of the two men shot and killed in the city's Lyle Otis neighborhood. This happened last week. Police say 55-year-old Michael Franklin and 58-year-old Eric Stevens were found dead on a porch on Wolf Street last Thursday. Investigators say Stevens lived at that house while Franklin lived nearby. No arrests have been made. Those with information are asked to call 911, or you can always call the Crime Stoppers hotline at 423-9300.
And turning now to a rally in Orleans County last night after more than a dozen migrant farm workers were detained by federal immigration agents earlier this month. The United Farm Workers of America gathering outside of Lynette and Sons Farms in Kent after 14 farm workers were taken into custody when their bus right here was stopped by ICE. Now, ICE confirmed all 14 workers are from Mexico and Guatemala. The group is calling for the protection of farm workers. A spokesperson for ICE telling 13 WHAM everyone who was detained violated the Immigration and Nationality Act, adding 3 of the 14 people detained were immigration fugitives whose removal from the U.S. had been ordered.
Oral arguments begin today in a lawsuit against social media companies stemming from a deadly mass shooting inside a Buffalo grocery store 3 years ago. 10 black people were killed. 3 others were wounded in that racially motivated shooting. The suit, which was filed by families of the victims, claimed the gunman, Peyton Gendron, was radicalized by social media sites, ultimately leading to that May 14, 2022 shooting. Gendron is already serving a life sentence after pleading guilty to state charges. His federal trial is expected to begin late this year, and he could face the death penalty if convicted. Gendron's defense is pursuing an insanity plea, with that motion expected to be heard in September.
And for all these top stories and any developments, be sure to visit 13wham.com.
All right, let's get a check of the forecast now and the answer to today's weather trivia question. Mark is back and cooler temps today, Mark.
Yeah, cooler temps, cooler theme for weather, and it looks like that cooler theme is going to stick around for maybe the rest of this week. Unfortunately, we're locking into one of these patterns that it just doesn't want to give up. But we were talking about frost this morning, and we had a frost advisory in effect. I didn't get any reports closer to Rochester, but I wouldn't be surprised if we had some from west of the city where temps got in the low 30s there. We did not set a record low temperature this morning, got down to 40. How cold do you think that record low temperature is for today, for May 20th in Rochester? Is it 34? Is it 26? Is it 30? Or is it 38?
I'm going to go with A, 34.
34?
That's my guess.
What do you say, Steph?
I think that is a solid guess. I was going to say 26, but that felt too cold.
26 would be very cold, right? And we had some folks contribute in. Julie Barb said B. The other Julie said A, but you got it. A is the correct answer. 34, 1956, and 26 is too cold. In fact, 26 is actually the coldest temperature on record for the month of May in Rochester. So that's
So we got to make note of that because next year at this time we're going to ask us that. And we need to remember 26.
Yeah. We actually had 26 on 3 different dates. It was the 1st, the 2nd, and there was another date in there too. It was like the 6th or the 7th. Actually got down to 26. That's late in the year for that kind of cold. That would do some damage to apricots and peaches and that kind of stuff. That would knock buds off, and that would be a very, very not great thing. But hey, look who's in the prompter.
Let's see. Okay. What is this? A cavadoodle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadie Rose, this came to us from a viewer. She said, we discuss our plans for the day. She listens intently as we discuss the weather, as it indicates the lengths of our walks. My favorite hour of the show is from 9 to 10, as it seems that's when Dan, Abby, and Stephanie get a little bit punchy.
Are you punchy right now?
It's 9 o'clock, so yeah. Here we go. It's I love notes like that. That always is so
it's
fun
great.
to hear. And yeah, I mean the 9 o'clock hour. It's kind of like the the wheels come off.
Either the 5 cups of coffee have digested and are working, or it's crash and burn, right?
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes it's both.
It goes one way or the other.
Yeah.
But the outlook's pretty good for today. It's dry pause out there. Now, Wednesday, Thursday, we could get into a steady rain. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a little towel time on the way for either Wednesday or Thursday. But Friday, Saturday, just back to the plain old wet pause. So, Sadie Rose, enjoy your walk today. It's going to be a good one.
I like that she has a middle name too.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay is technically Jay Bird, but I don't really think Bird is her middle name. That's just kind of how she is. But maybe she needs a middle
It's
name.
a nickname, but it's not on the certificate.
Correct.
Jay Bird.
Jay Bird.
I'll have to remember that.
All right.
Mid 40s out there right now. 47 in York. 48 in Dansville seems to be the warm spot. Medina's at 46. Actually got down to 33 this morning, according to the New York State Mesonet. We've got that east-northeast breeze. That always keeps you folks lakeside a little bit cooler this time of the year. But it's sunshine for all. That live scan not showing any precip out there whatsoever. But southwest of town, that's the next storm system that we're tracking. It's putting some steady rain into parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, parts of Indiana right now. And that's going to be drifting by to our southwest. So does this look familiar?
Yeah. All too familiar.
Yeah, all too, right? Cutoff low usually means slow-moving weather, usually means what you see is what you get weather in weather. So unfortunately, whatever pattern you lock into, usually you see it last for a few days, up to a week at times in the spring. And it's going to be rainy cooler for Friday through Saturday. Today's the day to mow the lawn for sure. Sunday, 35% chance of rain. It looks like deeper into the weekend and early next week we'll start to slowly break away from this pattern, but cool temps. It's upper 50s for the high. The normal is 71 for today. The extended forecast has that rain chance at 85% for both Wednesday, Thursday, 75% for Friday. We'll see that rain slowly fade into the weekend and early next week. And for more weather, scan that QR code on the side of the screen, your hour-by-hour forecast, your watches, your warnings, your radar. It's all right there at your fingertips.
A weather warehouse in your pocket.
It is.
And you said something earlier, too, that stuck with me, and I feel like we don't reiterate this enough, but it works anywhere you go.
Anywhere. So, I mean, you go to Tampa, you go to California, anywhere in California, wherever. And it's you click on Follow Me, and it'll follow you. The GPS location services in your phone will bring that to you. And then, if lightning strikes 1.2 miles away from where you are, it will tell you lightning strikes 1.2 miles away from where you are. It's great. Good app.
Then you get Mark, Marty, Scott, and Selena, and sometimes John right in your pocket.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a lot to put in your pocket.
I know, but it is. Honestly, I woke up this morning and even going to sleep, it just felt colder
It did.
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I woke up and for the first time in days, the heat was actually running.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and you can always tell by the cats too, how close they're sleeping to you, right? We got a couple of cats. Yeah. Yeah, they were cold.
Mine can't be in the room because he'll scream all night. Oh. But Jaybird, she'll snuggle.
She's the
right
cuddler.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't like to be cold.
Yep.
All right, good stuff, Mark.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Time right now is 9:09. When we come back, we're taking a look at some of the stories that have people talking this Tuesday morning.
And don't forget that you can watch us on the go wherever you are by streaming us live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel as well as foxrochester.com. We're back after this. 9:12, and it's time to take a look at what's trending now. Let's start things out with a viral hack that claims to cure migraines. So, a TikTok is going viral, claiming that headaches can be cured by ordering a large Coke and a large fry from McDonald's.
Okay, so this is being dubbed the migraine meal, and thousands of people have weighed in on social media on that original post, and the comments are praising the hack, saying it actually has cured their headaches immediately. Ashley, hold on, pause. Just some clarification. Is it a headache or is it a migraine? Because I feel like they're pretty.
So
Mark says a hangover too.
So a lot of people say they go there when they have extreme migraines.
Okay.
But based on the research, you'll read it down further.
Oh, okay.
It's known to cure headaches.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we'll keep going.
All right. Now, while any hack on social media should be taken with a grain of salt, doctors have been weighing in on this one. And according to those doctors, the caffeine in Coca-Cola has pain relief properties and can help headaches in the short term.
When it comes to the fries, doctors say, well, they don't recommend always eating French fries. The salt can provide a source of electrolytes to ease the pain of migraines.
So, of course, doctors say that you shouldn't make McDonald's a habit. And if you are experiencing migraines at a frequent rate, you should definitely contact a doctor.
Okay, so I don't know. I have questions. Look, whatever helps, I guess. But, I've had a migraine only a handful of times in my life. And usually when I do, I don't want to eat anything. I don't want to get in my car. I'm just like lights out, pillow over the head, can't function. I only started getting them recently, like in the past 5 years or so.
Yeah.
And I guess I'd be willing to try it if it happens again. But I don't know.
I feel like if Dan was here, he would say, well, he'd be a lot louder. And he would say, it's just like getting a strawberry milkshake off the menu because it has strawberries in it. It's healthy. So he might say, oh, salt for electrolytes. Okay, what doesn't have salt?
That's honestly a decent Dan impression. You're right, louder, and you need to flail more. But otherwise, I think you pretty much had it there. Do you have a headache cure? Ashley wrote in the prompter that I should ask that.
Oh my gosh. Not really. I would say water, because usually my headaches, it's because I don't drink enough water.
Yep.
And then I will try either like a cold washcloth, definitely turning the lights off. I like the gel capsules, so I think it's Aleve,
okay,
the Proxen gel capsules, maybe 2 of those.
Okay.
And hope for the best.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, how about this? Because this is what Mark said. Do you have a hangover cure, Steph?
Oh, no. We all know I don't. I just kind of suffer through it. Maybe have bread. That's the only
bread?
thing.
Just bread? That's it?
With some butter.
Oh, my goodness. All right, that's fair enough. Electrolytes, definitely. Those liquid IVs.
Oh, 100%.
They do it every time.
Mm-hmm.
Just something with a lot of carbs in it or whatever usually does the trick. There's that trend of putting your face in ice water. I tried it once. It just was awful. It made me feel a million times worse. I think I just went to bed after that. I don't know. Okay. Ashley?
Yeah?
When did we speak of
When did we talk about clowns?
McDonald's.
Oh.
Okay, didn't put 2 and 2 together. All right, well, speaking of clowns, get ready to relax, unwind, and maybe have a few nightmares, too, if you're not a fan of clowns, I suppose.
Yeah. So a mysterious website was launched to promote a service called East Hampton Clown Massage. And the service claims to operate in East Hampton and offer their clients, this is so scary, with a variety of clown-based healing modalities in a warm, inviting environment.
This is horrifying. Is he playing pickleball? Goodness. All right, so the supposed treatments include, can I even read this? Scream, tummy, tickle, laugh. They also offer a service called Jokey, Reiki, Bakey, which includes hands-off, intense energy healing involving cannabis ingestion, and Jokey's best dad clown jokes to relieve tension.
Every picture doesn't make it better.
These are horrifying. And I really want to know who did their website because honestly, A for creativity, I suppose.
Yeah. So on that website, they claim to be an award-winning collective of certified clown masseuses.
For 3 consecutive years, they've been voted #1 clown massage on the East End of Long Island. To that, I ask just how many clown spa services there are on the east end of Long Island. But I guess maybe we won't find out the answer to that.
Could be the star. It's just like, it looks like the It makeup.
Yeah.
You know, you can be a clown with tasteful makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, so they go on to, Ashley, they go on to say that the services are strictly non-sexual. Thank you. And upon further investigation, the website is, of course, a spoof.
Okay.
The anonymous creator launched that site in a way to tie together wellness, culture, along with clowns.
I wish we knew that off the top.
I know, me too, Ashley. That would have been nice. Nice.
Well, the website even has fake products, fake celebrity testimonials, and AI-generated pictures.
Sources in the Hamptons who have no idea who is behind the joke or what the purpose actually is. And I guess we're in the same boat there. Same clown car.
Yeah. Producer Ashley was even in touch with the spa, and they wanted to let everyone at home know that their schedule for massage services is fully booked through mid-August, but they do have some merchandise that's available online.
I have so many questions. Ashley,
They did. I reached out, so I have to reach out for photo permission.
yeah.
And they reached back out and they go, relax, you can use our photos. Like, just let your audience know that we would love to have them, but we're booked up right now.
Wow.
I know.
That, if it was a real thing, that would be an amazing thing to do for Dan one day. Just
Yeah.
like on the show. Love it. Amazing.
His reaction, we have to get like a camera, maybe a GoPro somewhere.
Yeah, there's nothing funnier than scaring him. It's, yeah, small joy in life. All right, we got to move on to our final story. Maybe it's a good thing to shut up every now and then.
Well, according to a new study, researchers have found that silence can actively benefit the brain.
Findings conclude that after just 3 days of intentional silence, the brain can both physically and functionally rewire itself.
Yeah, and this can create changes that are comparable to months of meditation or cognitive training.
Participants in the study also showed measurable growth of new brain cells, improving their ability to recover long-term memories, and much more.
Scientists also found that silence was able to improve the brain's emotional centers.
This leads to steadier moods, fewer overreactions, and increased resilience.
Maybe it's like a quiet reflection thing.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so participants demonstrated improved vision, taste, smell, and touch, as well as problem-solving abilities.
Researchers are hoping to use these new findings to study potential ways to slow age-related cognitive decline, as well as reduce stress-related brain damage.
Now, while it may seem unrealistic for anyone to spend 3 days completely silent, researchers recommend about 2 hours of accumulated quiet time daily.
They recommend practices like starting the day without screens or taking short walks without earbuds. Ashley asked the question in the prompter, do you think you could do it? Yes, I do. I love the
3
silence.
whole days?
Yup.
I
Yeah.
don't think I could do it.
Really?
And it's interesting. I know everyone says, at least around this newsroom, I am one of the quietest people that they know.
This is true.
I am not a quiet person by any means. Around my friends, around my family, around my boyfriend, I am talking all the time.
So you're saying that we're not friends? No. That's what you're saying. Okay, cool.
My
cool,
best
cool, cool.
friends, I should say. But I
getting worse.
love.
But what about like talking to yourself?
No.
No, talk to yourself.
I will 100% have a speech.
Yes.
Yes.
No. Okay, if I'm by myself, the only thing I'm talking to is like the cat or the dog. And after hearing myself talk for 5 hours every stinking morning, I can't stand it. I get home and I'm like, somebody tell this lady to shut her mouth. And it's me that I'm talking to and talking about.
Oh, well, I think it might be a genetic thing for me because my mom, she will talk to anybody. We'll be at the store, someone's behind us in the line, and can you believe these kids? Like, she's one of those.
Oh, no.
So it's just, I probably get it from her, but I will just, sometimes I have to catch myself.
Yeah.
People won't tell me, but I can feel the energy.
Honestly, I'm like pretty introverted, honestly. And I just, if I could just hide away, like, somewhere in the mountains forever and just be alone, honestly, ideal. It'd be great. Not that I don't love everybody here.
We all need a break sometimes.
We all need a break. All right, we still have a lot more to come this morning on ARC Rochester. When we come back, it's this morning's Reporter Recap.
We're back after this.
Welcome back. Time for a reporter recap this morning, and we're going to be talking about the upsetting revelation for families with loved ones buried at Rochester's Holy Sepulchre Cemetery.
Yeah, some families say that keepsakes left on graves for nearly 2 decades have been cleared out.
Christian Garzone joins us now with more on this story. And Christian, we had the story earlier this morning on Good Day Rochester. Yeah. It ran last night. For somebody who's unfamiliar, can you just give us a quick recap of what people are so upset about?
Sure. So I spoke to Chris Manus. She's the sister-in-law of Joe Manus. He was a Gates firefighter who passed away in 2019, I believe. He was very friendly to news stations across the region. Great guy. But they have like a sort of a family, I don't want to call it a plot, but in the mausoleum there, they have loved ones who are buried. Her in-laws, etc., are there. They had floral arrangements, expensive ones, from Italy that had been there since roughly 2006. Chris is claiming that all of a sudden there were some things that were tagged, like please remove this, like greeting cards, etc., other things. The cemetery, she claims, took away everything, including these very expensive floral arrangements. And so she took it to social media, and a number of people started chiming in saying, yeah, this happened to me as well. Like all my stuff got cleared out. Like, again, some things were like, remove this mug, remove this. They did that. But everything else was just kind of this sort of purge, they claim. Now, Holy Sepulchre weighed in saying, look, we do these cleanings every year or multiple times a year, depending, and we advertise it on social media. The signs are up, and there were signs hanging up that we were shown that kind of stuff. So they do this, but again, Chris is arguing like, this has been here for almost 20 years, these floral arrangements, other things, and they've never done something like this. So is it a new sort of sheriff in town? Are they just sort of doing across-the-board cleaning that's much needed? Not really sure. The question here is, Holy Sepulchre says, look, this is a place of dignity, respect. We want to ensure this is a place of peace, not sorrow. We just do this cleaning. We put these items to the side for people, saying, hey, we took this away for cleaning, come claim it. Chris is saying, I was never told this stuff was taken away and put here, XYZ, like, where's my expensive floral arrangements?
Right.
So it's kind of an ongoing back and forth right now. But it's upsetting for a lot of people because these are connections to their loved ones. There's something significant to these folks. It's the last thing on this earth they have to kind of connect themselves with that person who has crossed over, so to speak. And there's some views of the cemetery right now. Yeah.
And I'm wondering if there's any word on like retrieval, for example?
Right. So the cemetery wants you to reach out to them directly. I'm sure there is, but I have the number right here. It's 585-458-4110 or email info@holysepulchre.org. They can help you out. They did encourage anyone to reach out to them directly to get some help. Now, you know I did a story in Newark a while back. That's nothing compared to this. Like Newark, we call it the pile of tears. That was just an absolute like gutting of everything thrown into a pile. This is not that. But certainly people are very concerned because there's some higher end stuff there that they claim is kind of in limbo right now. Chris Manus being one of them. And they were, again, these floral arrangements, were right from Italy. They were artificial, obviously, because they're not. If they're from 2006, they'd be long gone. Right. But they had little things like rosary beads in them, things of that nature. Just kind of touching little things. So I'm sure she'll get it back if it's still on site somewhere. But she's not alone.
Okay, so just to clarify here, so whoever it is that is running the cemetery goes through and decides what is appropriate to have at the sites, and they say, okay, you can have this, but you can't have this, and you need to get rid of this. To me, that seems like people would get pretty upset about that.
Yeah, and I don't know what the decision-making process is with that, but I know they marked greeting cards, like a little fire truck saying, hey, please remove this for the cleaning. You can put it back. But other things, again, like the other arrangements were not marked. So they thought, well, I can leave this there. So then all of a sudden, the stuff that wasn't marked for removal was removed and taken away. And one person like Chris Manus there wants to have those arrangements back for her family. I don't know if we have sound from Chris.
I think we do.
A couple sound bites from her.
My niece didn't realize that they were going to take the whole entire arrangement. So she just took off the items that were... needed to be removed. So no, I did not know that they were kept anywhere because, again, this is the first time that this has ever happened to our family. So I was not aware. I did go to the office and was told that they had recently disposed of all of the arrangements from All Saints Mausoleum. And I just broke down right there, and I was devastated.
Sorry, go ahead.
And did you happen to know if there was a reasonable amount of time given to maybe collect these things? I know that like what was tagged was kind of confusing in a sense.
And it seems like there was a notification put up on the doors, so people knew, but I don't think it's been this sort of aggressive before, according to Chris. Like, it's never really happened before. So they might put notifications up, label a few things, but it's like if you don't make a habit of doing it, then people might not take it as seriously. But the cemetery does say they do these cleanings on the regular. And again, I want to emphasize we're talking about one of the mausoleums there, so the sort of the above ground burial sites, not the grounds, sort of what you'd think of when you think of a cemetery.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Very interesting to see if anything comes of this.
Yeah.
And I would be interested to find out if you've heard anything recently from other people who've experienced this, whether it be on social media that they contact you or whatever. But Memorial Day is just a couple days away,
So true.
and it'll be interesting to see if people say, "Oh, I went to so-and-so's grave or site at the mausoleum and noticed this was also gone."
And I just want to, before I forget, with cemetery staff, like, can you imagine though if you just left a free-for-all, things would pile up and pile up. Like, I went to my grandfather's grave in Syracuse, and I remember I left him a can of Utica Club beer last time I was there 6 months ago. But it's like I'd be almost bothered if that same empty can, I didn't drink it, but that same empty can was still sitting there. So I'm glad that they do this. It's just, it sounds like there needs to be a little bit of more of a communication thing and more of a consistency with it. Really, according to Chris, that's what needs to happen. More communication, more consistency, then we'll be on board. And she does want those floral arrangements back. So if they are anywhere, please get them back to her. Expensive stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know, but it's just, I'm not much of a flower guy, but it sounds expensive.
We appreciate the recap, Christian. Thank you.
course.
If you'd like to see
Pleasure.
the full story, it's over on 13wham.com.
Yeah, stick around. We've got more to come here on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this.
Thanks so much for sticking with us here on Arc Rochester. With Memorial Day just around the corner, the unofficial start of summer, we want to switch gears and talk boating season.
Yeah, this week is National Safe Boating Week, so it's a great opportunity to brush up, I should say, on some of the safety requirements.
Now, back in April, Christian Garzone looked into the certifications you need before hitting the water. So let's rewind and take a look.
Boating season was making some waves on this warm day in our region, and if you're gearing up to go out on a motorized watercraft, you should know if you're behind the wheel, you need a boating safety certificate. Here's Garrett Parker with the Freedom Boat Club in Canandaigua.
So it is an 8-hour class. The U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary do hold the class, or you can take it online at your own pace. So there's a couple different ways to do it.
He says starting January 1st, all New York boaters must have this safety certificate. Lorelei Dietz with the club breaks down the details of this qualification.
You go over proper life jacket fitting, the rules of the road, navigation, buoys, indicator systems, overtaking wakes.
Dietz says they've seen a bevy of boaters in recent days.
The average Coast Guard class is filling up with 25 to 30 people per slot. We've seen an increase of more than 45% in online education completions.
This certification had its genesis back in 2005 when 11-year-old Brianna Linek was killed by a drunk boater in an accident on Long Island. Brianna's law was passed in 2019 by Governor Andrew Cuomo. If you're caught on the water without a safety certificate,
They could be pulled over by the sheriff or the Coast Guard, and they could face fines.
Dietz says now is the time a lot of rowdy ruckus starts on the water. She says please keep in mind, drinking and boating don't pair well.
BUI is the same as a DUI in New York State. So for all those people out there listening, let's be safe together.
All right, so Christian is joining us once again to talk a little bit more, about some of those certifications.
They want me back.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I want to talk a little bit for a second about the cost of this.
Yeah, the cost. It really varies. You can do this online or in person. So some of it might be free. Some could be $35 to $50. It really depends on where you go. It's all the same certification, but you might get some extra bells and whistles. You could be with the Coast Guard Auxiliary in person, or you could just be doing it from the comfort of your home online. But again, it's all the same sort of piece of paper, and it just varies. I know at the Freedom Boat Club, I think I was told this morning when I just called to check in, it might be in the $40 range.
Okay.
But again, same course, same certificate, just extra bells and whistles involved with some of it.
And what exactly is different now with the change?
Yeah, so prior to this, I think everyone 23 years and younger had to get this. As of January 1st, everybody operating a motorized watercraft has to have this certificate.
And just because you've been boating for decades and decades,
Oh, 'cause I was
you
in the
don't get
Navy?
a free pass. No,
Oh, I thought you meant me.
No, I didn't mean you. I just mean in general, like, Jim out in Irondequoit, he's like, I've had a boat since I was 20 and
Right.
I'm 60 now. Do I really still need this? The answer is yes.
The answer is yes, and I think we forget sometimes. Everything kind of becomes routine to us, and that muscle memory might slip away with certain things. So this is a great refresher. Like when I was in the military, we trained all the time because you want to keep sharp with it. So some of the things in this course, it's an 8-hour course overall, but you go over like life jacket fitting, buoy, water navigation, how to pass safely, what to do when a big wake comes in. There's all kinds of stuff that you might know. You might be a pro, an old hat at it, but I think it's good to go out there and just fine-tune those skills. It can't hurt. I know some of it, depending where you go, you got to pay out of pocket a little bit. Either way, you got to have this, because if you do get pulled over by the sheriff's office, by the Coast Guard, there are fines involved that do vary, and there's like a first, second, third offense, and I wouldn't want to be the person on that third offense.
Yeah,
that is for sure.
And the fines are probably going to cost more than it'll take to just get that certification.
Exactly, just to take the course, yeah. If you do want to take it, though, a great place, as you saw in the video there, the Freedom Boat Club in Canandaigua. Lorelei Dietz and the gang there, they're wonderful people. They'd love to have you, but they already said lines are out the door like a DMV.
Sure.
People want to get this certification done. That's a great place to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know someone in our newsroom who's already jumped ahead and gotten things together.
Yeah. Do we have Terry's
this
picture?
picture?
Do we have Terry's picture?
There he is.
There he is. Look at that. Our own Terry Beecham got these. He's covering up his date of birth there for security reasons. Very clever there. But Terry got his certificate. That's what it looks like. That's what he's going to carry with him in the boat. And Yeah, so congratulations, Terry. He's doing things the right way.
Very good.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Look at that smile. He's ready to go.
Right?
So we just need some warmer weather.
We just need some warmer weather, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, he did it, and a lot of people are doing it right now because, again, you do not want to get caught without that on the water. And one thing Lorelei did say at the end that really resonated, sort of BUI is the same as a DUI. Drinking and boating don't mix, and a lot of people go ahead and they drink a lot and then scoot around in the water. And the genesis of this is that awful accident in Long Island with Brianna.
Yep.
What happened? Parents are right there when it happened, and she was killed by a drunk boater. That's the genesis of this. When Governor Cuomo finally signed this into law, this was part of that legislation, was getting that certificate to hopefully prevent tragedies like this from happening again.
Yep, easily preventable.
Easily.
All right, Christian, thank you so much for the recap. We appreciate
Ladies, thank
it.
you.
This story, of course, can be found over on 13wham.com.
Stay with us. When we come back, we're getting a closer look at a new TV show that's giving history a fresh new look.
We're back after this. Welcome back. The History Channel is coming out with a new 8-episode docuseries taking viewers through a journey of the American West, and they're doing it with famed actor Kevin Costner.
Yeah, the series called Kevin Costner's The West will highlight pivotal battles and iconic figures. And for more on the new show, we're joined by historian and executive producer Doris Kearns Goodwin. Good morning to you.
Working?
Can you hear us okay? I think we might be having some trouble there with Doris's audio. Can we get some confirmation from the control room? All right, looks like we're having trouble with that interview. We do apologize for that. Hopefully getting some more information in just a couple minutes as we try to work with that. Looks like might be a technical issue over on their end. So we will hope that that is fixed in just a little bit. In the meantime, let's try again. Doris, can you hear us?
3, 4, 5, 6.
Hello, can you hear us?
Doris?
All right, looks like we're having some trouble with that. Our sincerest apologies for that. We will take a quick break and come back in just a couple moments. We'll be right back.
Well, friends of the show, the Wildlife Rockstars do great things for animal conservation and for our community. And this morning, they're here and they've brought Chewy, the pale fox.
Not only have they brought an animal friend, but they also brought nationally known animal expert Jared Miller with them for this exciting announcement. Good morning to you both. Thanks so much for being here.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning, Abby. Good morning, Stephanie. And of course, we got Sarah and little Chewy here, guys. Yes. But we're super excited to be here because a lot of exciting stuff happening with Bridges for Brain Injury and Wildlife Rockstars. And we'll get to the fox in a second, but we wanted to announce that we're actually launching a really exciting series of digital programming specifically about Bridges for Brain Injury and Wildlife Rockstars. It's called Bridging the Gap, and it's going to be featured every single Monday starting June 2nd, which is, by the way, the 17th anniversary of Bridges for Brain Injury. I remember day one, and I think we've been here since day one, so it's super exciting, and people can check out our website, bridgesforbraininjury.org, which links to all of our socials, and we're going to have great programming all about what we do in the community, what we do behind the scenes. You get to meet all the awesome members at Bridges for Brain Injury, and of course, all the amazing animals. And I'm going to turn this over to Sarah to tell you about Chewy.
Yeah, we love Chewy. Chewy's a frequent flyer here on ARC Rochester. And Sarah, real quick, I just want to talk quickly about Bridges for Brain Injuries and, all of the work that you do to support those who are in our area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have so many upcoming events, activities, just great things happening right now. Our summer is completely booked. We're actually almost completely booked for the summer. So if you are looking to book a presentation, it is best to book now because we maybe have like 5 slots left open. Wow.
And how about the summer series too?
Yes. So I first want to give a big thanks to Anderson Associates Wealth Management for being our summer series sponsor for this year. We have over 140 presentations booked. And we do have upcoming a community painting class. So it's going to be featuring Chewy. You will be able to paint Chewy, and it's going to be at Fox Run Winery on June 22nd. So what a perfect combination of foxes at Fox Run Winery.
That's awesome.
I mean, Chewy's been a little active this morning, like, turning around, going up on the shoulder a little bit. Is that what people can expect?
Yes, yep. So he'll probably be moving around and stuff. Right now, he's kind of getting comfortable and wants to sleep. So with these lights shining, he's trying to snuggle under my hair.
Now, guys, Chewy here is a really rare fox. A lot of people look at it and think that's a fennec fox, but this is actually a pale fox found in certain parts of North Africa. And this is really one of the most understudied animals in the world. They live in such remote places that there's really not much known about the pale fox. Sarah is probably our expert here because she spends every day, all day with Chewy, so she's probably the world's most authority on pale foxes. But it's going to be fun for us to meet him is really awesome, and for people to be able to paint him too. It's going to be once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, that is really, really cool. And I know you said you're booked for the summer, so give us a quick rundown of some of the stuff aside from painting with Chewy that people can expect.
Yes, we will be at several different libraries, so you'll be able to find those on our Wildlife Rockstar Facebook account. We're doing the Ontario County Fair. We've been at some country maxes, so there might be some more coming up. So there's a lot of public events that you'll be able to look on our events on Wildlife Rockstars Facebook and be able to attend if you'd like.
And as for the campaign, what do you think is the most important part about this?
It's definitely the awareness. It's the awareness about TBI, traumatic brain injury. It's the awareness of this once one-of-a-kind organization that's just so happens to be right here in Western, in the Finger Lakes area. And really, no one does anything like Bridges for Brain Injuries and the Wildlife Rockstars. Wildlife Rockstars doesn't exist anywhere else. This is native to our area here. And so what's great about this digital campaign is people are just going to be able to fall in love even more with the members at Bridges for Brain Injury, learn more about the animals, and learn about, we do so much in the community. I think now it's time to put more of a spotlight back on what goes on day to day at Bridges for Brain Injury and with the Wildlife Rockstars program.
Yeah, and for anybody at home who definitely wants to get involved, maybe you're booked up for the summer, but they definitely want to try and see if they can make any event. Where can they go? What should they know?
Yep, so they can go to bridgesforbraininjury.org, wildliferockstars.com, or if you have social medias, you can follow the Wildlife Rockstars and Bridges for Brain Injury, and all of the community events will be posted on there.
Absolutely wonderful. And for somebody who's interested in learning more about you and learning about the work that you're doing, is there a good way to get in contact?
Yeah, you could always reach out to me on social media as anyone else. So it's just Jared Miller. You can find me on Instagram or Facebook or wherever. And also go to bridgesforbraininjury.org because I'm always involved in trying to help tell their stories as well through our company Fauna Media.
Excellent.
Right. Well, thank you both so much. It's so nice to meet you, Chewy.
I know.
Chewy's ready for a nap.
He's like, this is way too early for me. Is he a nocturnal?
He is nocturnal.
Okay, yeah.
So he was up waiting for breakfast, and now he's just sleeping.
Time for bed. All right, you guys, thanks so much for being here today. We appreciate it. Time right now is 9:52. When we come back, our final thoughts this Tuesday.
We're back after this.
Welcome back. Time for our final thoughts of the morning here on ARC Rochester. Chris Lopez joining us once again in studio.
Boss sauce, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hot sauce, absolutely the best.
Yeah.
Jerk sauce second.
What?
Original third. Yeah. Have you had the?
I like the original. I like the jerk sauce. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, those are the top. Blue cheese, not a fan of, but
Yeah.
it was just a hint at the end, so I liked it.
It's one of those things that I see in the grocery store, and before I moved here was like intimidated. You know, you see it and you're
Chris,
like,
there's bao
what
sauce.
in the world is that? It's
Bao
just, this mysterious jar, and, if you don't know what it is, you might question it.
Yeah.
But it's phenomenal. Really good stuff.
Yeah,
Chicken wings.
Simple recipe too, all down to technique.
I was feeling a little nervous because we got like some samples from a previous guest, and I was like, I don't want to just put anything. But when you said potato chips,
Yeah, his sister told me potato chips, and then like another worker was like bread. It doesn't matter. Celery, M&Ms, I think was also said in there. Yeah,
Wow.
M&Ms, probably like a savory and sweet or
I'm trying to
something like
think
that.
Like a ridged potato chip, but not like the unridged.
Yeah, something
hold.
dense.
Right,
Yeah,
maybe one
something
of
a
the
little more
scoops.
dense.
Hold
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I think so.
Checks out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was really fun to watch you this morning,
Thank
as
you.
it always is.
I appreciate
and, Mark, quick weather before we wrap up here.
Yeah, let's check it out one more time. We'll look at the future cast here. Lots of sunshine in the forecast for today. We'll have some clouds moving back in tonight. And from the southwest to the northeast, I think we're going to catch that rain tomorrow. It's probably mid to late morning. If you're an early morning commuter, you may miss out on that, but you're going to catch it on the way home for sure. And some of that rain's going to stick around into Thursday. So rain amounts maybe a quarter to a half inch. And, you look at the forecast heading into tomorrow, we're going to trade sunshine for showers. Looks like those temperatures are going to be stuck in the mid-50s. So some cool air on the way. This cool trend lasts through the end of the week and starts to break up early next week. So we're trying to get the timing right for Memorial Day. We'll keep everybody posted.
Hopefully all the people that travel for the Memorial Day weekend will come back to some warmer temperatures.
Or bring us back some warmer
Or
temperatures.
that.
Yeah, wherever they went.
That sunset, it's killing me. 8:30.
Oh, yeah.
When's peak sunset?
8:54.
I gotta use the
June
cover.
21st,
Yeah.
8:54 at night. Yeah.
Yep, blackout curtains. It's the way to
Blackout
go,
curtains.
my
Civil
friends.
twilight until 10
Rain,
p.m.
close your eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that does it for us this morning on ARC Rochester. Thanks for being here. Don't forget, you can always wake up with us tomorrow morning, starting at 4:57 on 13 WHAM ABC.
we also have much more live local news coming up later with Mark and Christian. 13 WHAM News at midday. We'll see you later. Have a great day.